Hello and welcome back to Kona. We're at a Bedard's house, at which point I believe I need to be in the garage. Let's check in here, see what we've got. Close it behind us. No. Mistouched. Anything to grab? This side. Empty gas can. Okay. I'll put it up at the gas station. Somebody... Looks like someone had to hide their habits. Okay.
A true Catholic always strives to keep lowly temptations at bay. Obviously, Carl thought, someone in this house wasn't doing a good job at upholding the Holy Bible's teachings.
Got some nice goodies. Some hardware. Okay, hammer. Nice. Anything else? And doesn't look so. Okay, freaky door. Is there anything that was locked? I think so. Doesn't want me to look at a diary. Oh, it does. Okay.
The Bedards had vacated the premises. Carl gathered they would be of no help.
Okay, so Sylvie's diary. Page 1. Jean-Luc had never had a knack for mathematics. Try as he might, he never realised he simply cannot be the father of the child I'm bearing. Oh dear. How can I be sure? I have to keep this a secret. At least until the time is right, when it'll be safe. Dr. Dupree told me it would start showing soon, that I couldn't keep it hidden forever. I gotta muster courage, he said, with his usual condescending tone. Courage to face what's coming. But he doesn't get it all. For him, I just had some childish affair. He doesn't realise that I brought eternal damnation upon myself. Marie is very sick, and Jean-Luc plunges into despair. I told him nothing about the evil growing inside me. Sometimes I get the feeling he can see right through me. My Marie is suffering, and I'm the one to blame. Oh, Lord Almighty, why do children have to pay for their parents' sins? Marie has recovered, but there's something really gloomy about her now. She always seems so sad. Maybe she caught a glimpse of what dying is like. What if she's an unhappy child now because of me? Jean-Luc truly honoured me 2 nights ago. If the baby makes it, maybe Dr. Dupree could convince him he was born prematurely. It's my only way out. We're heading to Lac St. Jean tomorrow. To Jean-Luc's mother. I need to. The situation is untenable now, and we fear the worst. Okay. So that's this place done. We'll get in. And where are we up to? I'll just check. If we go left out and possibly first left. Yeah, give it a go. I don't think we've been down that little cul-de-sac. Ah, I'll fill up a gas can while I'm here. Okay. Still got it.
The pumps wouldn't surrender their divine nectar so easily. In all likelihood, they had to be switched on from inside the store.
Okay, so turn you on. Oh, look like something to do then. There we go, nice one. Yeah, carry around. I think would be best option. Just in case. It's literally just over the way. This one's on the right hand side. Beach has seen better days. Oh no, what's that? No, that is the doctor's, I believe. Just saw a cross. Leave her running. Thank you.
There should be a law forbidding doctors from falling sick.
Okay. Medical emergency in town. The doctor there is sick. I'll be back soon. If he dies, I won't be returning. I'll have to replace him. Okay.
In spite of Dr. Beaupre's goodwill, the place didn't look much like a physician's office. It could easily be mistaken for a sewing shop.
Start this fire first. Anything else? Check out these cupboards. Unless we want some toilet roll or something. What have we got here? Unknown woman. I never did quite catch her name. The man called her Lure. She had a neck wound. There was so much blood. The bullet had done a lot of damage, probably hitting the cerebellum. It was hopeless. She had a cardiac arrest. The men had found her like this, they said. I doubt it. But in a small town like this, it's usually best to turn a blind eye. I'd been told to step back from sending out the death certificate. This whole thing sickens me. Rosaire Armand. No medical explanation whatsoever of why old Rosaire is still alive. As we in the trade say, the only way to cure him is to kill him. Sylvie Bedard. All of her symptoms point to the same root cause. She is pregnant. She refuses it. She denies it. I'm willing to bet her husband is not the father. Let's just hope it's not Everett Lockhart, though, or she would have an illegitimate child and syphilis on her hands. Oh, yikes. William
There was
Joseph
no doubt
Halloran.
that the doctor and Hamilton knew each other very well.
Hamilton. Haughty. Can't be cured. Chronic foot pain. Can't walk long distances. Rich. I'll cure him that one day. Yeah, of course he will. Alright, let's have a look at
The good
these.
doctor, flanked by his beautiful spouse.
Yeah, but
Pure
where are they?
happiness, captured on cardstock. Carl recognized this woman's soulful eyes. Was it Dr. Beaupre who had hit him head-on at the village border? Dr. Beaupre had done his medical studies quite far from here. He was surely one of the first students out of the new campus to settle on the mountainside. Doctors used light-reflecting frontal mirrors to look inside the patient's cavities.
Yeah,
That
I've
was a
seen
bit
those faces.
unsettling. But back then, it was pretty much always the case with medicine. Dr. Beaupre had done his medical studies quite far from here. He was surely one of the first students out of the new campus to settle on the mountainside.
Just seen it. Communist Manifesto.
A Communist Manifesto. Only a few years ago, this type of allegiance meant prison time. And even at present, the Western world was very wary of the Soviet threat. Why would the doctor own such a book? Nobody kills a rich patient to start a revolution. It didn't make any sense. He had to dig deeper still to understand. Luckily, that was Carl Faubert's specialty.
The history of all hitherto to exist in society is history of class struggles, freeman and slave, patrician and plebeian, lord and serf, guildmaster and journeyman. In a word, oppressor and oppressed stood in a constant opposition to one another, carried on an uninterrupted, now hidden, now open fight, a fight that can each time ended in either a revolutionary constitution of society at large or the common ruin of contending classes. In earlier epochs of history, we find almost everywhere a complicated arrangement into society, the various orders and manifold graduation of social rank. In ancient Rome, we have the patricians, knights, plebeians, slaves. In the Middle Ages, feudal lords, vassals, guildmasters, journeymen, apprentices, serfs, and in almost all of these classes, again, subordinate gradations. Back on with the light. Nothing there.
A chamber pot. Fortunately for Carl, inspecting it wouldn't further this particular investigation.
Ah, that's quite good then. You don't want to inspect it further. Okay, fair enough. Earth doesn't look as big from here. Doctor is apparently fascinated with history. She seems to be fascinated with a lot of things.
Someone had lost a few liters of blood here. Carl's first thought had been a lumber accident, someone's hand cut by a saw, or a hunting accident. In any case, whoever had lost all this blood couldn't have gone far. Perhaps they were already dead.
It's actually more likely to be that woman. The gunshot wound.
Carl got the trembles as he imagined the excruciating pain that kind of scalpel could no doubt inflict. Within these miserable walls, patients probably felt more like in a slaughterhouse than in a doctor's office.
Nothing there.
For the one-eyed,
patch.
or for other vision problems, the eye patch was the way to go.
Isabel Boubre. Okay. And some fire starter. Okay. Oh wow, yeah. Really didn't want anybody coming in that way. Anything behind it? Nothing at all. Some trash. What's in the trash? Duct tape. Yeah, let's have some of that. What is that like? Got the wolves. Yeah, I think I might be staying around it a bit too much. Already here.
Carl felt like he knew the doctor now. His belongings had spoken lengths about him. But what Carl had heard worried him.
Yeah, it's not exactly the greatest of things to find out. Is that in there? What else can we put in there? A couple of those. Some of those. Keep the meat. That was matches. Okay. First starters in there. There was a one water bottle. Okay. Never mind. We're all good. Excuse me. Next. It will be the one on. Yeah. I didn't notice the doctor's was right there. Right hand side, yeah, there we go. Where's that house? Right, okay. Wasn't this the old man he was talking about? The doc was talking about? There's the trash. Always useful. Okay. The key I got is not for that. Okay, gotta go that way. Nothing in that one. Hey, there's a person. Careful.
Oh, mon bonhomme. Je m'attendais pas à ce qu'un étrange retentisse par ici. Moi te dire, je prends plus de chance depuis que ça rôde dans ce bout-là. J'ai ma carabine au bout du doigt, et puis bang, 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 si ça s'approche.
Right, yeah. Okay.
C'est encore bon. Tout ce qui est vieilli est bien meilleur.
Don't mind me, I'm just gonna look for all your stuff. Shoot me if you want.
Vois-tu le livre, là?
Tales
C'est
and
le Wendigo.
Legends.
Ouais, le Wendigo. Un guerrier qui devient un loup pour se venger de sa grosse peine. Et
Well, quite a lot. Okay, maybe.
gomme-moi
Ok,
la belle
another
rose
time.
la tulipe, qui se donne au yob sur le mercredi décembre. C'est-tu pas effrayant, cette histoire-là?
Fill up a water bottle.
Hé, la Corriveau, Batèche, ça te passe l'envie de te marier, la Corriveau. Elle tuait tous ses maris, squick, les uns après les autres. Pas de pitié dans le mariage.
Seems pretty stocked. Ah, really?
Oui, une couche. Tu peux-tu tout faire en même temps, toi?
No, I really don't think that's such a good idea.
C'est vrai, le jeune, que tu te promènes quasiment en bobette. Une bonne police, ça te ferait pas de tort. Mais je vais te dire une chose. Dans ton coin de pays, comme par ici, on n'a rien sans rien. Et où, mon caribou? Si tu veux du linge chaud, parce que t'es habillé comme un gars de la ville, je dirais pas non à une bonne bouteille de caribou. Puis tu pigeras ce que tu voudras parmi mes guenilles.
Let me guess, that's like alcohol. Wine or something.
Carl had fed his mind, but had forgotten the harsh reality that his body also needed nourishment,
Whoa.
especially in the dead of winter.
This one. No truck. Looks like there's a meter a while. See what we got.
That truck had obviously seen its share of gravel roads. Carl wasn't a mechanic, but he could easily tell that only the most heartfelt prayer would bring this old beater back from its slumber. With that cold, however, it was more likely that it would wait until next spring to wake up.
So stuff.
The Polaroid, Carl's long-standing and faithful ally, had seen its share of husbands caught red-handed cheating. There's always something out there waiting to be snapped away.
Another one going that way around. What do I do?
With a homemade shooting range such as this, it wasn't hard to imagine a stray bullet ending its course inside the flesh of an unsuspecting passerby. Granted,
Like
Carl
me.
thought, there wasn't much in the way of passersby around here.
This fire starter's doing behind here. Some more cigarettes.
An axe, not too shabby.
Nice.
Carl felt he needed to protect himself.
Matches. Another beer. Okay. We're supposed to be drinking this beer. Already done that. Okay.
The place looked more like a pigsty than a house. A heavy stench of curdled milk, cheap alcohol, and boiled cauliflower filled the air.
What's that underneath? Oh. Okay. Will do. Deposit. Hammer. Wax. That. In there, and the lantern in there as well. I'll leave that wood in there.
Rock music invaded the minds of men even in the remotest of places. The man didn't own a turntable, though, so there's that going for him.
Cubically
Back then,
liberation.
in Africa and elsewhere, people ready to take up arms to stand against the yoke of English imperialism. In Montreal, mailboxes were blown up, abductions were carried out, and violent manifestos were distributed to media outlets. But around here, in the great northernmost, all a man could do is curse out loud against a faraway evil and pray for the revolution to arise. That man, by any reckoning, was from that very stock. You had to be out of your mind to cook up white whiskey at home. The all-surrounding stench of alcohol alone was probably enough to gas a man to death. The rag reeked of fermented vomit. Carl wondered how one could bear to live in such gross and horrid conditions.
White whiskey. Too much isn't a valid quantifier for that. Sherry wine for added mellowness. Okay.
At Jean-Blouin. Seems like that pig had a name after all.
He left his wallet behind us. Probably not. What somebody would usually be doing. I think I need a bottle. So do I drink one out of my own and use one of my own bowls? Perhaps? No. No. Wrong one. There we go. Equipment consumables. There we go. Those. There we go. We'll get that coat now. Straight back and go and get her.
Carl felt that it was mission accomplished, with the wicked nectar in his hands.
Too right. Whoa, I just saw that blue stuff down there. Headed in that direction. What's that there? Okay, it won't let me go. Oh, let's go and get his coat. Where's it? Next left. This one. Perfect. Flip, in park. In I go. Don't shoot me again.
Fais-tu mon caribou pour revenir de même? Ah, quand on cherche, on trouve. Parce que je t'aime bien à cette heure, je vais te dire quelque chose. Tu fais bien de prendre ma pénice. Parce que par là-bas, tu vas rencontrer le vrai froid. Un froid qui glace comme t'en as jamais connu dans ta vie.
Okay. Thank you very much. Oh, there you go. Boots and all. And the gloves. The whole shebang. Nice. Well, if I drink the beer, will that give me an empty bottle? Yes, it will. Beautiful. What does that do to my cold? Does it make me cold? No. Oh, that's wonderful. And check out those rocks on the side of the road.
The old man's cabin had been very generous to Carl. He couldn't have asked for more.
Careful, careful, careful. Right, and so it's on the right hand side, it was on the left coming down. Go around the bend. Yeah, here it is. Have I got enough? So 5 out of 40. I should be right. It's the pointy bit at the front, isn't it, I think? Where's that pointy bit at the back? Oh. What's that? Oh, there's something over there. Oh. Just wondering if I should take some things with me. Should be right, shouldn't I? Put the duct tape back. Couple of the hardware. I seem to be healing as well. Or is it? Oh no, that's dipstick. Okay, I only saw some rocks there a second ago. This is no good.
Luckily, he had the coat to protect him from the biting cold. The cold seemed to be more brutal here than anywhere else. It seeped into bones and into every breath to get to the heart until it stopped.
Closed.
Carl needed to be dressed in warm clothes to survive.
I don't want the hammer. Okay.
The flames won't grow without some help. Other materials were required.
I'm a bit worried about that. Okay. Cave in.
Another instance of this magic ice. What was this one doing, lying on the ground, so afraid? The plot thickened like water into ice.
Okay. And there. So we will follow the hands and footprints.
He had been running in fear from something creeping towards him, against which he couldn't do anything, only to end up like this, petrified and cold.
Where did you go? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Indeed. Whoa. Making bombs.
It seemed as though RECentral had been ready to take up arms and slay people like Hamilton. Could he have committed murder for his cause? Who could have gotten killed in front of his very eyes?
Rajon's log, page 1. Old Reza had told me the mine administrators were having us on, that the mines from before the war.
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
Neither collapsed nor inaccessible. Well, as usual, the old man was right. Those damn English people keep lying to us. Hold on, am I actually that cold? Oh, he is. Damn. There's no wood. Oh, I'm gonna have to just skip that. Oh, there is wood. Ah. There we go. So even with this, it's still making me cold. Jeez. I don't know whether I can go back to reading it or not. Oh, hello. Wonderful. So now I've got myself a gun. More than just 3 shots. Yeah, 5 shots, I think. Still seems quite shaky. Have a cigarette. Oh yeah, can I read those damn English people keep lying to us every damn day because we're slaves to them, water boys, white people. Like Valère said, we'll see who the slaves are by the end of the year. I set up my government in those mines. The resistance, watch out, fat cats. I'm putting bayonets on our cannons. The English tell us that the region is full of resources. The resource they're forgetting about is our seniors. It's full of old people around here, and they've got plenty of resources. Old man Reza, in exchange for a full load of bottles of caribou a day, put us in contact with the best our country has to offer. Veterans, hunters, the salt of the earth. I'm telling you, these people have shotguns upon shotguns and blinds all over the territory. They agreed to lend me some pretty much, no questions asked. I still told them a big fat cat hunt was in the works. Also told them our aim was to make sure that there was not a damn one of them left here in the Oasis River. Yeah, it's better than I thought. The guns aren't old-timey relics from the Great War. There are modern semi-automatic weapons in there too. A dynamite stolen from the mining sites. Old clothing. All I need to know is militia to bear these arms and kick the English out of our lands. I'm wondering who the savages will back up. I have faith that they will help us, not them. Taking their land is a matter of principle for them. God damn it, Gilles is really no balls. I'm aware that he was bringing him really aware of that before bringing it into my project, but it's also insulting to be emasculated like that. He told me that in his wimpy voice he's something like to blackmail Big Hamilton with what's the point in blackmailing him when he could just blow his head off? God, he's quite violent, isn't he? I would have been better off speaking to his wife, Giselle. Now she's something. That woman could hold her own with a shotgun. Besides, anyone knows she's the one who wears the pants in that couple. Lamoth is given up too, that coward. On the other hand, the Lamoths, they're not serious enough. They have a few screw loose, and I can't start a revolution with crazy people. Pierre, I knew you would have been on my side. You would have been lieutenant in my army. Rest in peace. Eaten by wolves, not an easy way to kick the bucket. Some people in the village are saying you brought this on yourself by poaching those wolves, and in the end you just brought you to justice in their own way. There will be a monument in your name in my new Quebec. I'll have free in the Manistan region all by myself. Alexander Blaze doesn't appreciate when I baited him by praising his brother. That guy has changed since Pierre was found. He's been miserable. I tried talking to him about it, but that big oaf only punched the mirror, and that made his hand bleed. I'll give freedom to my country without those tender-hearted folks. They'll thank me later. What happened last night was horrible. I've never seen someone die like that, right next to me. I feel sick. So much blood. I'm wondering if revolution is really for me after all. Wow. Okay. Changed his mind. Okay, is that blocked?
Ice seemed to take over this place like mold. That wall wasn't there earlier. How was he going to get out of here?
Really?
The ice, oddly, did not budge despite the powerful fiery blast. Something was definitely rotten in this place.
Where was that wolf?
Carl suddenly felt observed.
Oh,
He was worried
no.
about a presence around him.
Is it? Oh, don't worry about reloading. Oh, run, 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 run. Please say this one opened.
No stone can withstand the force of dynamite.
Right, where actually am I? Oh, literally not that far. Okay. Okay. A second hammer. Down to the end now. Yeah, get down the end and have to take a break. Achieved quite a lot. That's a good thing. Oh, okay. I need the wood though. And I'll take the shovel. Nope. Maybe keep those in. What about that? Must be a reason why they were there. Through to the end. Oh, this is the end. It's here as well. We went over there. Oh, hello. There's a spark plug you ordered from your Olympic ski do. Model has been very popular. It has made it difficult to find a brand new part as quickly as usual. Thank you for choosing Garage Pop In and Fields in Shibuganamo. Yeah, I think I brutalized that name, but hey. Won't take it. There you go. One spark plug for some reason. I knew it. Spark plug, so I'm guessing that's like a quest item.
What good was a motorless car? The mechanic sure had an odd way to go about repairing things.
He certainly did.
Well, this truck's not going anywhere. Where were the amputated parts? Carl grinned as he pictured a Frankenstein-esque car lying around somewhere made of parts from a dozen different vehicles.
Fire. Trying to get out. Wow. Really like that. Alright. Hole in the ceiling.
Something very important must have been in there for the man to take such time and effort to hide it. But Carl didn't know how to reach it.
Not yet, I don't. Yeah, put hardware in it. Oh no. That's disgusting.
The week of October 5th, thought Carl. That was this week. The plug should have been here by now.
Yeah, I got it.
The machine appeared to be missing something critical, something necessary for it to take off. The shape of this machine, almost straight out of Star Trek, was out of the ordinary to say the least. It felt like this thing could fly up into space at any moment.
Something is right when your bed is in the garage. Yeah, it's very true.
To all appearances, Carl concluded, the owner of the place had moved more essentials from his house inside the garage. Peculiar man indeed.
Very. Well, why would you want to? Okay. Can I take that on the floor? No, not that. Need something else. Not this? No.
Carl wondered how long he would have to endure this skin-stinging cold.
God, it is getting cold as well. Go indoors and sit. Hey, it's halfway, so it's not too bad.
Carl had a hunch that there had got to be a plan somewhere that could help him put this thing back together.
Nothing in there. Nothing there. Thought I saw something over there. Oh, okay. Bench. Righty hey. It's still, yeah, it's still halfway. That's alright. Duct tape. Why is it got so dark so quick? Snowmobile ski. Oh, we're making up.
Nice catio. They say it's supposed to soothe the soul. But with this powerful gale that seemingly never sleeps, it was far more likely to get on anyone's nerves.
Yeah, it kind of is.
The milk was sorted by color, from the whitest to the greenest, or in other words,
No,
from
thank
the
you.
freshest to the sourest.
Yeah.
Perhaps someone was expecting an important call. In any case, that person's in for a long wait. Carl already noticed that telephone services weren't provided in this area.
Okay, so what else have we got here? Oh, nice.
The man has a passion for intergalactic things. Back then, people were obviously scared of the Russian atomic bomb, but an invasion by extraterrestrials was a legit fear as well. Seems like the mechanic had made his choice.
Seems
Roswell,
to be a bit of a...
Atamipek, same story. Large deserts conducive to extravagant follies.
Do they have any wood in here? To warm me up? No, all I'll do is I'll just quickly run out there. Before I explore much further. Usually have one next to it, but obviously not this time. Oh, there you go. Yeah, nice.
Weird stuff. Kind of a crossing between a colander and a hairdryer. What was it for? To play telepath? To protect against
tinfoil
nuclear
hat.
waves?
Ah, parts manual. Patch up the tracks that left no nearby. Ski, I believe I've got those. All the parts. Resemble beach. Yeah, I got that. A light, yep, got that. Handlebars, yep, I got that. I think I got most of that then. If I'm honest. And what I'll do is have a quick another cigarette. Use a health pack in a minute.
These scribblings were undoubtedly the mark of a tormented mind. Something wasn't right in the poor mechanic's head.
What else am I looking for? Looking for some tracks, I know that. I don't think I'll find those in here, but... somewhere. Try and jump across.
By following the plan, Carl was led to believe that the snowmobile's parts had to be scattered about in the vicinity.
Ah, skis. No, I don't have the skis. And the track. Okay then. Oh, we've built a bridge. I don't have to jump across. Okay, that works for me. Crazy thought, I saw something
Carl
in the
had
woods.
no idea how to interpret a message like that. On the surface, it seemed like he had one half too many of this puzzle. Enough to know he shouldn't take this testimony as gospel. The entire thing, being some punishment for a murder committed by Hamilton, seemed like an outlandish theory. Carl was doubtful.
Saw something in the woods on the solemn day of October 6th, 1970. No man should ever see. The aliens are here. They are roaming in our woods. They will invade us all. From here down to sunny Mexico. They are massive, twice as tall as a human, twice as tall as man. They are half man, half caribou, half wolf. And I'm sure the fact that I saw them means that they broke their military code. They are after me. If you're reading this, it's too late. I've already been taken to the planet Elohim and being experimented on in a lab. They are punishing me for not doing anything when I witnessed a murder yesterday when I saw William Hamilton kill someone. Farewell. Okay. So it's track and ski. Oh, there you go. There's a track. Ski. No, it doesn't. It's piping. What did I say about the ski? No, wrong one. That one there. Parts manual, there we go. Don't drink and work on misplacing parts of the machine. Me John came to help me on a machine yesterday afternoon. For the most part, he helped me check boards down to the last job. I think we tried to ski or something. Bad idea. Still haven't found out one ski we lost in the process. Oh god, great, so you lost it. What about this? Isn't that spare parts I need to put in that? I can't see anywhere. Oh, they usually close. It's strange. Never mind. All good. Right, back to the truck. So I think I need some hardware.
Carl still wasn't done with the mechanic's place.
No, I wasn't. Draw a couple of those, I think. Oh, I'll step out. I'll take all of them. Yeah. Yes. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It was an indisputable fact that machines like this entailed a level of intellectual finesse that Carl was lacking.
Okay. Never mind then. I was showing the smoke coming out of there, no? No. Right, okay. Just a bit of a bummer. Chuck down loads of alcohol, but I don't know where the ski went. Not exactly helpful. Okay.
A bit of gas, a new spark plug, and the key, and this thing would run perfectly. All he needed to do now was to find all that.
I've got a plug. Key. Might have to. Why would the light be on if you can't haven't got a key? Right. Haven't I already got the fuel? Oh no, there's the fuel. Okay. Right, no. Where did the key? Where would the key be? Key.
If some daring person could manage to get their hands on the missing parts, Carl was willing to bet that the craft would have taken flight.
Nothing here.
Carl deducted this was a map of the area. Were those pins pointing to places of interest?
One over there, one... Oh, I've been to that one. And one there. No. The map. Ah, the cave there, yeah. Cave there. Secret project. Okay. Maybe it's a cave or a secret project then, perhaps. Anyway, what I'm going to do here is I will leave it here, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. You take care.